Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we would like to present about AIG company, which is American International Groups. Before we start, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Dina Mirzani.
My name is Nur Fatiha.
My name is Lorna Suha.
Thank you Society because give us opportunity to present in front of you. Okay, let's talk about summary of company. IW Solar Sdn Bhd is a Malaysian company that produce solar equipment. After success in the local market, they received their first export order from Agro GH company in the UAE, involving 10,000 units worth RM1 million. The product will be shipped by sea within 5 weeks with 70% down payment and 30% after delivery. However, there are several issues such as using inexperienced freight forwarders, no legal consultation, using Google Translate for Arabic, no currency protection, and no insurance, which increase the risk of this export operation.
Thank you, Diana, for the great explanation. Let's move on the main issues and risks in this case. First is transport and logistic risk. Since the product are shipped by sea over a long distance, the risk is quite high. Goods may be damaged during loading and unloading, especially because the company is using an inexperienced freight forwarder. In addition, whether during the sea journey can delay or damage the shipment, there is also a risk of thief or missing cargo at port or warehouse. Overall, the longer and more complex the journey, the higher the chance of problem occurring. Next is legal risk. This happens because multiple parties are involved in the process. For example, accident during loading could cause injury or the shipment might damage other goods. Another issue is that IW Solar did not seek legal advice on UAE regulation, which may lead to non-compliance. Also, the use of poor translation on packaging, such as relying on Google Translate, can cause misunderstanding, disputes, or even rejection by authorities. The third risk is credit risk. Atau IW Solar received 70% payment upfront, there is still a 30% balance after delivery, which create risk. The buyer may delay payment, face financial problem, or even fail to pay completely. This can affect IW Solar's cash flow, especially since the buyer is overseas and economic condition may change unexpectedly. Next is political risk. Government decision in the UAE may impact the business. For example, sudden changes in import regulation can cause delay or rejection at custom. There may also be restriction on currency transfer, making it difficult for IW Solar to receive payment. In some cases, political instability can disrupt trade or increase costs and paperwork. Lastly, we have unforeseen risks, which are unexpected events. These include natural disasters like storm, accident during transport, human errors in documentation, or delay at ports. These risks are unpredictable but can significantly affect the delivery process and overall operation. That's all from me.
Thank you, Fatiha, for explanation. Now, let's move on to the suitable type of the insurance for each risk. For transport and logistic risk, where goods may be delayed or damaged, marine cargo insurance is recommended. Next, for the quality risk, where the product may not meet the required standard, product liability insurance is needed. For credit risk, if the buyer fails to make the payment, trade credit insurance can provide the protection. For currency risk, exchange rate the fluctuation may affect profit, so currency protection is important. For political risk, change in government regulation may affect the export process. Therefore, political risk insurance is recommended. Lastly, for culture and language risk, miscommunication can be reduced with the compliance with insurance. Now, let's move on the recommendation. First, companies should ensure awareness and compliance in international law and regulation. Next, it is important to identify risks early and plan ahead. In addition, companies should maintain professionalism in documentation and communication. They should also manage financial risk carefully. Lastly, choosing the reliable and experienced partner is very important to ensure smooth operation. Thank you.
Thank you Naswa for the great explanation. Okay, From this case, there are several important lessons for IW Solas Sdn Bhd before entering international markets. First, the company must understand that international trade involves higher risks such as transport, legal, credit and political risk. Second, they need effective risk management by using proper insurance to reduce potential losses. Next, the company should conduct proper research and seek expert advice to understand foreign regulation and avoid mistakes. They also need to choose relevant and experienced business partner to ensure smooth operation. Lastly, strong financial and operation planning is important to manage currency risk and ensure secure payment. In conclusion, IW Solas Sdn Bhd showed that international trade involves many risks such as transport, legal, credit and political risks. Poor planning, lack of knowledge and no insurance have increased the company risk of losses and disruption. Mistakes like using inexperienced freight providers and not having proper insurance also affect cash flow, reputation and business relationship. Therefore, company must practice good risk management, legal compliance, professionalism and financial planning. Insurance is also important to reduce risk and ensure smooth operation. Overall, strong risk management is key to long-term success in international business. That's all from us. Thank you.